If someone told Dory and Bella that a simple trip to the zoo would end with them saving Antarctica from a magical baby storm, they would have laughed, eaten a snack, and gone back to sleep. But that was before the penguins stared at them like secret agents. Before the hidden tunnel opened. Before Aunt Rita pressed the giant red button that said, Antarctica, direct. Now the two dogs are about to discover that penguins keep bigger secrets than anyone imagined. And that sometimes the world needs heroes with paws. Dory, a fluffy white Rottweiler with the swagger of a movie star, and Bella, a long-haired red dachshund with a tail that never stopped wagging, woke up on Saturday morning buzzing with excitement. Today wasn't just any day. Today they were going to the zoo with Aunt Rita. Aunt Rita wasn't like regular aunts. She was an animal whisperer, or at least that's what she claimed. She wore huge sunglasses even when it rained, carried snacks in every pocket, and said things like, "Always trust a penguin. They know secrets." Dory and Bella didn't know what that meant, but it sounded important. Rita burst through the front door at 9 a.m. sharp. "Who's ready for a wild adventure?" she yelled, tossing her scarf over her shoulder dramatically. Dory barked twice. "The international dog signal for 'Let's go, lady!'" Bella spun in 3 tiny circles, the dachshund code for "bring snacks." And off they went. The local zoo was usually normal. Some lions, a few flamingos, a moody giraffe named Harold. But today something felt different. For starters, the ticket booth was being run by a llama wearing a vest. Bella squinted. "Is that normal?" Dory shook her head. "A llama with a vest is normal." Aunt Rita winked like she expected this. "Some animals get promoted," she whispered. They walked inside, and everything seemed mostly ordinary. Kids eating ice cream, monkeys dangling from their ropes, a sign saying, "Please do not feed the zebras donuts again." But then they reached the penguin exhibit. And that's when the day turned weird. The penguin enclosure was packed with visitors. But the penguins weren't paying attention to the humans at all. Every single one of them, from the tiny baby penguin to the tallest emperor penguin, was lined up at the glass, staring directly at Dory and Bella. Staring. Not blinking. Bella whispered, "Dory, why do I feel like they've been expecting us?" Dory gulped. "Probably because they have." With her. Aunt Rita leaned over the railing and waved. "Long time no see, boys." The nearest penguin flapped its wings and pointed at her like, "Ah, finally!" Then it tapped on the glass 3 times. Suddenly, a hidden door popped open beside the exhibit. A ramp slid out, leading into a dark tunnel behind the penguin habitat. The sign next to it read, "Authorized penguin business only." Bella gasped. Dory froze. Aunt Rita clapped. "Oh, good! They got my message!" "Your what?" Dory and Bella barked together. They're on the say. Before either dog could protest, 2 emperor penguins waddled out, grabbed them gently by their collars, and motioned for them to follow. The crowd didn't notice anything unusual. Apparently, penguins giving dogs secret invitations into tunnels was just the kind of thing that happened in this zoo. Aunt Rita adjusted her sunglasses. "Well, kids, looks like the mission starts early." "What mission?" Bella yelped as the penguins nudged her forward. "Never him." "Oh, I'll explain later," Rita said. "For now, walk with confidence. Penguins respect confidence." The tunnel behind the penguin exhibit was cold, bright, and smelled faintly like sardines. The walls were lined with neon lights shaped like fish swimming in patterns. The penguins waddled ahead with the determination of secret agents. Their little feet made confident squeak 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 sounds on the tile floor. Bella whispered, "Do you think they're taking us to see their king?" Dory replied, "Knowing our luck, probably." Aunt Rita strolled casually. "Don't worry, girls. Penguins love me. I once helped them in a small matter involving a stolen fish shipment and a runaway seal." Neither dog knew what that meant, but both were afraid to ask. They reached an elevator at the end of the tunnel. A penguin pressed a flipper to the panel. The doors slid open with a soft ding. Inside was a glowing blue room with a single huge red button labeled Antarctica, DIRECT. Dory's left eye twitched. "Please tell me that's a joke." Bella whimpered. "I did not sign up for travel." But before they could escape, the penguins shoved all 3 inside and slammed the doors shut. Aunt Rita pressed the red button like she'd been doing it her whole life, though. The elevator dropped. No launched. The dogs screamed. Aunt Rita laughed like she was on a roller coaster. The penguins saluted as the elevator rocketed down so fast that Bella's ears flapped behind her like tiny red flags. After one last whoosh, everything went still. Ding! The doors slid open. Cold air blasted inside. Snow swirled. Wind howled. And far in the distance, penguins. Hundreds of them, maybe thousands. Dory gulped. Bella, I think we're not in the zoo anymore. Bella shivered. Dory, I think we're not even in the same hemisphere. Aunt Rita stepped into the blinding white snow with the confidence of someone arriving home after a long vacation. Welcome to Antarctica, kids. Try not to slip. 3 large penguins approached through the snowstorm, wearing tiny scarves and badges like airport staff. The tallest one saluted. Welcome, Aunt Rita. These must be the recruits. Recruits? Dory barked. Bella squeaked. Recruits for what? The tall penguin leaned down and whispered dramatically. The Great Antarctic Problem. Oh. Snow whipped across the ice. A deep rumble echoed somewhere in the distance. Dory froze. Bella hid behind her. Aunt Rita crossed her arms. Oh. I knew it. Someone disturbed the ice vault again. The tall penguin nodded gravely. The polar winds say trouble is coming and we need your help. Bella's ears fell flat. Dory's tail stopped wagging. This was bad. Very bad. But they didn't even know what the ice vault was yet. And the adventure was only beginning. The wind howled across the endless Antarctic ice, but the 3 official-looking penguins didn't seem bothered at all. Their scarves fluttered dramatically, like superheroes about to deliver bad news. Bella's tiny paws sank into the snow. Dory's fur puffed up like a terrified marshmallow. Finally, Dory gathered enough courage to ask, So what exactly is the Great Antarctic Problem? The lead penguin cleared his throat and introduced himself. A line. I am Captain Pebbleflap, he said proudly, commander of penguin security. And these, he gestured at the 2 smaller penguins beside him, are Officers Waddleton and Beakley. Officer Waddleton saluted so hard that he fell over. Officer Beakley stepped forward. We require Aunt Rita's assistance, and apparently yours. Bella whispered to Dory. Apparently? How rude. Sap. Captain Pebbleflap leaned closer. We need help with a situation involving the ice vault. Aunt Rita sighed, rubbing her temples. I knew you penguins would mess things up again. Let me guess, someone opened it? The captain nodded gravely. Dory gulped. What's the ice vault? Aunt Rita turned to the dogs, her sunglasses fogging from the cold. The ice vault is where the penguins guard Antarctica's most powerful secrets. Bella's voice shook. Like ancient fish? No, Aunt Rita said. Much bigger. Much weirder. The captain stepped aside, revealing a glowing blue ridge far in the distance. A shimmering light pulsed beneath the ice like a heartbeat. Bella's fur stood on end. Oh no, I don't like heartbeat ice. Dory nodded. Ice should not throb, it's unnatural. The captain motioned for them to follow. It all started 3 days ago, he began, during our annual Fish Appreciation Festival. Bella perked up. You guys have a fish festival? Of course, Officer Beakley said. It's the biggest holiday of the year. Fireworks shaped like sardines, a tuna parade, and we even have... Aunt Rita cleared her throat loudly. Beakley, entered topic. Oh, right, he said. Anyway, during the festival, someone broke into the ice vault. Dory frowned. How does someone break into a giant block of ice? Captain Pebbleflap pointed at a giant crack spreading across the ice shelf. With an even bigger block of stupidity. Bella shivered. What was inside the vault? She asked. The captain inhaled deeply. A storm. Dory blinked. A storm? Yes, he said dramatically, eyes narrowing. A living storm, one with a mind of its own. Aunt Rita pulled a snowflake off her hat and flicked it away. Bus. I told you birds not to keep a magical storm in a vault. It wasn't our idea, Pebbleflap cried. The Albatross Council insisted. Bella whispered, Is this normal for Antarctica? Dory shook her head. I don't think Antarctica is supposed to have politics. The penguin squad led them across the ice fields. The snow crunched beneath their feet as the wind whipped around them. Bella tried to walk confidently but kept sinking like a furry submarine. Dory grumbled, "Why does Antarctica feel like walking on frozen soup?" Captain Pebbleflap turned around. "Because this is the soft part of the ice shelf. Perfect for stealth, terrible for dogs." Bella squeaked as she sank to her belly. "Can I get, penguin snowshoes?" Officer Waddleton immediately pulled out 2 little wooden boards. "Level rubs. For emergency dog transport," he announced. The penguin strapped the boards to Bella's paws. She instantly glided across the surface like a confused figure skater. Dory blinked. "Why do you have dog equipment?" Pebbleflap shrugged. "You'd be surprised how often dogs show up here." Aunt Rita smirked. "Long story." After a long trudge across the frozen plains, they reached a massive cliff of ice. The whole structure hummed with a low, eerie sound, like a deep whale song. A wide fissure split the wall from top to bottom. Blue lights spilled out in pulses, synchronized with the cold wind swirling upward like a mini tornado. Bella's teeth chattered. "That looks dangerous." Dory stared, mesmerized. "That looks like trouble." Aunt Rita nodded. Bella span. "That is trouble. Someone woke the storm of Xantar." Officer Beakley added, "It's growing stronger every hour. If we don't stop it soon, it could escape the vault entirely." "And if it escapes?" Dory asked. Captain Pebbleflap puffed his chest. "Of Lucy. Then the world gets an all-you-can-freeze buffet. All continents, all oceans, even Florida." Bella gasped. "Not Florida, there are retirees there." Dory nodded gravely. "We must protect them." Aunt Rita pushed past the penguins. "Open the temporary hatch," she ordered. Pebbleflap hesitated. "Are you sure? It's unstable." "Do it." 2 penguins waddled to a panel of glowing snowflakes carved into the ice. They slapped their flippers in a pattern, left, right, left, and a circular door melted open. Cold mist poured out. Dory's breath froze instantly. Bella's tail stiffened like a popsicle. Inside the vault, swirling in luminous blue spirals, was a tiny storm, no bigger than a basketball, but spinning with the fury of a hurricane. Wind, snow, and crackling sparks of frozen lightning danced inside its vortex. And worst of all, it had eyes. Huge glowing white eyes that blinked slowly. Bella screamed, "Storms are not supposed to have eyes!" Dory stepped back. "I'm going home." Aunt Rita held up a hand. "Nobody panic, it's a baby storm." Pebbleflap looked offended. "Baby? That thing shredded 3 igloos." Officer Waddleton added, "It also ate my fish sandwich." The storm growled, a swirling, icy rumble. Bella yelped, "It's looking at us!" From B. Dory whispered, "I think it's hungry." At that moment, the storm surged forward, slamming against the shimmering barrier trapping it. The ice wall cracked, groaned, and quivered. Aunt Rita cursed under her breath. "It's getting stronger, and if it breaks out..." The ground beneath them rumbled. "Craack, a new fracture shot across the ice like lightning." Bella screamed. Dory grabbed her by the scruff. The penguins flapped in terror, howled. The storm howled. A huge piece of ice gave way beneath their feet. "Everybody run!" Aunt Rita shouted. But it was too late. Howled. The ice collapsed. The storm exploded. And Dory, Bella, Aunt Rita, and 3 penguins tumbled down into darkness as the awakened storm roared above them. The world spun as Dory, Bella, Aunt Rita, and the penguin squad plummeted into the icy darkness. Snow and shards of ice whirled past them like confetti at the world's coldest parade. They hit something soft, very soft. Dory blinked. "Are we alive?" Bella peeked from under Dory's paw. "What is this fluffy stuff? Did we fall into a pillow factory?" Aunt Rita sat up, brushing off white feathers. "Nope. We landed on penguin molting fluff. The penguins store it here in spring." Captain Pebbleflap hopped upright. Emergency cushion in case of avalanches. You're welcome. Above them, the baby storm raged, growing bigger as cracks spread across the vault ceiling. Its glowing eyes glared down like two icy moons. Bella whimpered, "Aunt Rita, we need a plan. A good plan. A warm, safe plan." Rita stood, hands on hips. "Relax. This storm isn't evil. It's just scared and confused. Babies act out when they don't feel understood." Dory raised an eyebrow. "Most babies cry. This one wants to freeze Florida." Elsis rate. "Yes, well," Rita said. "Every baby is different." The baby storm let out a spine-chilling howl that sliced through the cavern. Snow spiraled violently. The walls shook. Officer Beakley yelled, "It's breaking free!" The barrier shattered like glass. The storm burst downward toward them. Bella hugged Dory. "I love you, and your fur is very soft." Dory barked, "I love you too, but this is a terrible moment for sentiment." Aunt Rita stepped forward. "Okay, enough." All two whistled. A sharp, echoing whistle that somehow cut through the wind. The storm froze mid-air. Its glowing eyes focused on her. Aunt Rita spoke softly, calmly, the way one might talk to a scared child or a raccoon stealing lasagna. "You're not angry. You're lonely. You've been locked away for years, and you want to be seen." The storm trembled. Snowflakes drifted off its swirling surface like feathers. Bella whispered, "Is it crying?" Aunt Rita nodded. "Storms cry ice. Totally normal." Dory squinted. "Now what?" "Up." "Now," Rita said, "we show it something better than fear." Aunt Rita stepped closer. Dory and Bella held their breath. The penguins hid behind each other like dominoes. Bugged the sofa. The storm lowered itself until it hovered right above her. Slowly, very slowly, Aunt Rita reached out and touched it. Instead of electrocuting her or freezing her solid, the storm softened. Its winds slowed. The icy lightning dimmed to a gentle glow. Bella gasped. "Oh." Dory's jaw dropped. The storm, the terrifying wild baby blizzard, curled around Aunt Rita like a swirling, chilly hug. "Oh." Captain Pebbleflap wiped a tear. "Beautiful, though freezing." Aunt Rita smiled. "There we go. You're not a monster, just misunderstood." Growled. The storm purred. Actually purred. A cold, breezy purr. Rita turned to the penguins. "This storm doesn't need a vault. It needs family." Pebbleflap coughed. "You mean us?" "Yes," Rita said. "You penguins have warmth in your hearts, and way too many empty igloos." Officer Waddleton cried, "We can adopt it. Think of all the cool air conditioning." Down. Bella giggled. "He said cool like it's a pun." Dory rolled her eyes. "Penguins." Odd. The baby storm lifted itself, twirling slowly, glowing brighter but softer, like a tiny magical snow lantern. Pebbleflap bowed. "Ark. Storm of Xantar, from this moment on we welcome you as one of our own." The storm sparkled, then zipped happily around the cavern like an excited puppy. Bella laughed. "Hey, it's basically a flying, windy dog." Dory grunted. "Great, another creature that might eat my snacks." With the storm calm and adopted, the penguins led the group back through a side tunnel that opened into the underground Antarctic transit station. A glowing ice cave full of elevators, maps, and a suspicious coffee stand run by a walrus. Aunt Rita pressed the return to zoo button. Bella hopped into the elevator. "I miss floors that aren't slippery." Dory followed. "And food that isn't frozen." Captain Pebbleflap waved his flipper. "Thank you, brave dogs. And Aunt Rita, may your sunglasses never fog." Rita saluted. "Take care of the storm. Feed it snowflakes twice a day." The elevator whooshed upward, faster than any roller coaster. Bella screamed. A bore." Dory screamed louder. Aunt Rita raised her hands like she was on vacation. Ding! The doors opened. They were back in the zoo, right behind the penguin exhibit, as if nothing had happened. Visitors walked by, licking ice cream, not noticing the small hurricane child that had nearly frozen the planet. Bella stretched. "Elf, I will never complain about warm air again." Dory sighed. "Or normal animals." Aunt Rita grinned. Well done, girls, you saved the world. Again. Den. Bella blinked. Again? Rita winked. I'll explain next Saturday. Dory and Bella exchanged terrified, excited, exhausted looks. Bella said, So same time next week? Dory nodded. Only if there are snacks. Aunt Rita slung her scarf dramatically. Adventure, she announced, never waits. But the dogs did, all the way home, where they collapsed onto the couch in a heroic snoring heap. And somewhere far away in Antarctica, a baby storm curled up in an igloo between 3 penguins and purred its icy little heart out.